Welcome, Lacey Range viewers. I am sitting here, just got this in today. This is my EBR that I sent to Smith Enterprises, which they made a video on it. And see what Ron and Andy did. It definitely shot well for them. And I definitely can't wait to get it out and shoot it here. And let me tell you, two things. The CMP packages that when you go buy a M1 Garand or any other gun from them are pretty good. I gotta give that to them. I love using them. You know, when I have to ship guns to get worked on, or usually just to get worked on. I don't do a. In fact, I hardly ever sell anything. Some of my buddies make fun of me for that, but I am not much of a seller. I love buying and trying out new things in the rifle arena. I do shoot pistol. I do buy pistols. Just doesn't strike my interest like a rifle does. And Rob Ski, my buddy, he's got in on the M14 kick or M1A kick, and I think he's got everything but the EBR now. He has been having some excellent results from them. M25, M21, with the R1, with the R2, and so he is going places with it. So I'm sort of glad to get this back. And basically what I had done is, or did, I should say, but there's a video out there with my EBR, and with 42 grains of IMR 4895, which is a old standard in the high powder world. You could do the dot drill with it, and just touch the dot every time. But anything else, it'd be a 2.5 MOA gun. And it had the original midweight Springfield barrel on it. And you know, as you move past 600 yards, 42 grains running 25, 20, 25, 50, somewhere in there, it dies too soon. So I wanted to move up to a better load, which I'm running right now, which roughly gets me around 950 yards before it goes subsonic. And that's what you're gonna need if you're gonna shoot 700, 800 yards like we do at the matches. So here it is. They changed the gas system, and here's the old barrel. Still looks good, but let's say, I'll check this out. Got me some stickers there. Magazine in. Oh man, let me tell you. Of course, I went with a Criterion. I think that's how you say their name. Criterion standard barrel, and like I said, the other one was a medium weight. Much better weight wise. And I mean, it looks good, and they also did the trigger. And I see that they also kept my EBR, the EBR pistol grip. Put your finger at a little bit lower on the regular trigger, and I bought this. I had to look up who it was, but it gives you a little bit better purchased on the trigger. So this had the barrel replaced with the criterion that I provided, to them, and then new gas system and new triggers. So, and I'm pretty sure Andy told me he had to do a little repark. Yeah, I can tell it's been reparked on the receiver. Excellent job there. Another thing, you can see the spacing, so the timing would be right there. But everything looks good. He had to replace quite a few screws in the chassis. Now, let me talk about this chassis real quick. It's a Sage International. There is no doubt in my mind that this came off a U.S. gun, military gun. And I bought it off of eBay, 2012, somewhere in there. And this, you know, there's no way I can prove it. But this is what I think happened from my military experience. A lot of these stocks were bought using unit funds. So, you know, I forget the other technical name for it, but with using the unit funds, they could buy the stocks. They had the M1 or the M14s already, so, you know, a lot of these EBRs came out of Rock Island, and I would tell you some of them, I don't know if you could really call them an EBR if they didn't come out of Rock Island. And I think Rock Island preferred to use the Winchester made M14s. Harks back to the days of the British with the P14. They loved using the Winchesters too. Might be something going there. But anyway, unit funds, and when it came back, and there was on the books, so whoever humped it during that time period kept it. Or this particular soldier was going to carry the he's going to carry the M1 or the M14, and he purchased the Sage stock and put one in there and carried it out. But I have not painted it. I have not done anything to that stock. This is how it came. And pull this out right here. Now the scope here is your standard 3x10 Mark IV. Now this one has the TMR reticle instead of the mil dot, but other than that, you know, they look the same. One of these days, all them Mark IVs will hit the market from the Army, because they're still using them today. Not the best scope in the world, but a good scope. Man, you know, for mid 80s, early 90s, doing all right. But here we are this weekend. I will get it out, and we will take it out here on the Lacey range and see what it does with my loads. Oh yeah, yep, looking good. Andy greased her in all the right spots. And this is the Sage mount that they sold to the government. Now the rings here are Leopold rings, but not the correct ones. I think the correct ones were the Mark IV steel, medium height, I believe, and these are low. Pretty sure these are low Leopold quick detach. But glad to have it back. We're going to film the results and see what it does, and that way Andy and Ron can see that as we take it out the distance and go with it. So hang tight.